Eden Zero Chapter 206 is out, and I have to say, it's another really good chapter with two big plot twists, the continuation between Ziggy and Shiki's fight, and some really good development for Jin. For all these years, he's been a part of the Eden Zero crew. I am honestly really happy with this chapter. It's been a really good time to be an Eden Zero fan with so many different things happening in this arc. Twist after twist, fight after fight. I just can't wait to get right into this video. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. It really does help. And it shows that you guys do enjoy the Eden Zero content I am providing you guys on the channel. This way I can continue making Eden Zero content every single week. And I am honestly really enjoying the Eden Zero videos that I am currently doing for you guys. So let's keep things going. And with that out of the way, let's hit that intro. Eden Zero Chapter 206, titled Traitor. Real quick, I like that Mashima gave Jin a cover image of him just being the ninja that he is. He looks really cool. I want him to just act like a ninja with a stealth mission for once in this series. I really want to see Jin as a ninja. But anyway, we continue from last week after Clean was smacked into the ground by that Crow's giant mech body. And everyone's wondering what the heck is up with Clean. Is she alive? Is she dead? Is she okay? But Hermit can't pick up any of her life readings. And just as they're wondering about this, Crow blasts one big energy beam straight towards the Eden Zero, and they aren't able to dodge it. And the left wing of the Eden Zero gets hit and damaged. And I like this bit of dialogue from Connor stating that an ordinary attack can't even scratch the Eden Zero. As we learned from, well, the last 2 weeks, the Eden Zero is a machine from the far-off future, as well as from a parallel universe. So it would make sense that no ordinary ammunition or anything would actually damage the thing. So just showing that they managed to damage the Eden Zero with this attack shows just how much power that Crow has. This Titan is very strong. But anyway, we're back on the inside of Crow. As Clean gone, no one can use their ether gear anymore. Jin is very concerned about what happened to Clean, and it's obvious he wants to go and rescue her. Holy even tells him, go back to her right now. She can manage on her own. But Jin grits his teeth and says, no, I'm going to continue the mission. Holy asks if he's concerned about his sister, but Jin says of course that he's concerned for his sister, but he made her a promise, as we get a flashback to right before the assault on Dead End Crow, as Clean talks to Jin about Holy, having him promise to help protect her. Jin states that he doesn't owe her anything, but he wouldn't sleep well if we just let her flat out die. Clean then says that she and Hermit looked into Holy's past, and about the whole bloody Outmost incident 13 years ago, and how she lost her only family, which was her sister. This obviously hits Jin. As we all know, he is very loyal to his only family, and his sister is very protective, so of course this actually would reach him. So, very nice piece of, really nice thing to go about it. Jin even asks if it's because Clean feels sorry for her, but she says no. She states that Holy needs a family, and she boarded their ship, meaning that she's a part of their family now. I like how Jin basically just stated, is that something Shiki just said? Which, that is something Shiki would say, and honestly, the Eden Zero crew is one big happy family at this point, and I love it. And I like that anybody joining on the crew is considered a family. But anyway, Clean states that she and Jin are family. But it's not only her that's his family, it's everyone on the ship. Flashing forward, Jin uses his robot arms, his cyborg arms, to pin one of the Crowbots down, stating, we're all family. I know that Jin is a cyborg, but I completely forgot that his arms could do that. It's been so long since I've seen him actually use his cyborg body in that way. So, yeah, I'm glad he's actually doing this. This is actually really cool. This actually gets through to Holy, and I just like that image. It's almost like she's in love. She's actually touched by Jin's words. And hell, Jin states, I don't need my ether gear. My cyborg body's got all the weapons I need. You'll need my help if you're gonna get through here. Holy says, come on, I'm not alone. I got the Interstellar Union Army. And she then realizes Laguna's gone. Jin just states, well, he's already on his way to find Clean. So, Jin over these last couple of years, and all this time the Eden Zero trusts everyone as family, and knows that even if he can't go help clean, he'll trust the others to have his back and to have her back to protect her, which is something that I really, really like, because Jin has slowly but surely, up until the time skip, shown how much he's been warming up to the Eden Zero crew after joining. This came to a head on the Aoi Cosmos War, and then now during the time skip, as he's basically fully committed to the crew and everyone on it, seeing them as family as everyone should. So I'm really glad that Jin has developed to the point where he could see everybody on the crew as his family, not just Clean, not be single-minded to the point where, oh, Clean's in trouble, I gotta abandon everyone else and go after her. No, I am going to let the rest of the crew, who's closer to her, handle her while I continue the mission that she made me promise to do. I'm going to keep my word, and I like that. He trusts Clean, he trusts the whole crew, and they all trust each other. That's something I really like, coming from the guy that was a literal assassin from the minute we saw him, and was super overprotective of his sister, and would do literally anything. But yeah, that's honestly really nice. That's a nice piece of information that we got there. We then cut back to underneath Lendard, where all of the mother, basically Ziggy's mother collection, I want to say milk collection, but I don't know about that. Seriously, someone, I believe there was a meme somewhere, I can't even find it. Anyway, Homura is in the Valkyrie mech, saying that she can only carry a few of the mothers. So her mother, Wise's mother, Jin and Clean's mother, and Rebecca's mother, St. Fire Nox. Homura's going to take them to the ship, asking what the rest of them are going to do. They're going to wait here for instructions from Hermit on when to start Operation Planet Eater. And after confirming everything, Homura heads off towards the Eden Zero to drop off the mothers and come back. Now with Homura in the Valkyrie mech and heading towards Eden Zero, and seeing the fight against Eden Crow still going on, she is definitely going to have an opportunity to drop off the mothers to be safe, then get out and help fight Eden Crow from the outside to make sure everybody is safe. So she's not going to show up with Rebecca and Wise, Happy, and Pino right now. So it's obvious Mashima is setting up for the Valkyrie mech and Homura to fight against Eden Crow, which they desperately need it, because that one ship against that giant hulking titan type, that giant titan colossus thing, Homura definitely has the firepower to help, especially since she's had time to recover from her fight with Brigand somewhat. So it'll be nice to have her help. Anyway, moving on, after she leaves, we see an image of Pino covered in darkness. Everyone's concerned about what's up with Pino. She's been very quiet this entire time, basically almost ever since Ziggy left. Pino brings up that Ziggy knew about their whole plan, Operation Planet Eater. Even bring up the fact that Wise suspected there would be a traitor amongst them. But he's embarrassingly being like, yeah, just forget about that. But Pino states, the traitor was me. Shocking everybody. Pino begins to tremble. This is honestly something that people have speculated ever since Ziggy knew about their operation, and knowing that Pino was essentially created by Ziggy. So it's not the biggest plot twist, but it's one that honestly is a welcome one. It makes a hell of a lot of sense. After hearing that Ziggy knew their plans, Pino thought that it was a possibility. So she looked back at her data and discovered several instances of unauthorized access, to the point where she didn't even notice. She didn't even know that Ziggy was looking at her data. She then starts to cry, apologizing that she is the traitor. But everyone is trying to comfort her, saying, it's not your fault, Ziggy was spying on you. As Rebecca goes up to tell Pino not to blame herself, Pino wipes away her tears and says that she has a favor to ask of everyone. She's going to find her master and ask them not to stop her. So, yeah, this is a dangerous situation, because now Pino's going to go in the middle of a battle between two literal Arashi and Seis Galactica members who are basically the same person from different points in time at differing power levels that are currently going up against each other, destroying everything on the surface that is around them, basically. So yeah, she doesn't want to get caught in that. And as everyone's trying to convince her not to, Pino brings up that the information leak was her fault. But while she was looking at her data, she discovered a certain record. What that is, I have no idea, but Pino states that this will be the key to defeating Ziggy. What that is, I am not sure, but I'm very curious, because Mashima laid the groundwork earlier in the arc that maybe Ziggy knew that he was going to go evil and made a contingency plan, and maybe that was who Pino was. Maybe that has something to do with the data, or maybe there's a virus that can inflict on Ziggy or something like that. I'm not sure, But I'm very curious. We're probably not going to get this for another couple of chapters because there was a lot going on in this arc still. We then cut back to the fight between Ziggy and Shiki. As Ziggy manages to blow up the area Shiki is standing on, Shiki goes up to the ceiling as Ziggy launches forward towards him, punching him through basically the ceiling and out of the area as he continues to head towards Shiki, charging up a new Magimech attack called Ultra Machina Impact, hitting Shiki, engulfing him in a gravity ball, and basically exploding him backwards. And while this is the end of what we get for the fight in this chapter, I have to say I like that we're not just going to get two characters with basically the same power using the exact same techniques the entire time. Ziggy had to have had some of his own original techniques that he either never taught Shiki or developed over the last 3 or so years. So it makes a lot and complete sense for Ziggy to have his own abilities, and that makes the fight a lot more fresh. And I'm really happy for that. And now we cut back to the inside of Dead End Crow. Jin notices a gap in the walls, stating that there's a lot of energy pouring out of it. He's going to hold off the Crowbots while Holy slips in and tries to get to the other side. It might even be where Crow's power source is. Holy begins to shift and squeeze through the wires and the walls, and she makes it through, noticing a giant throne type battery area, central area, as she is shocked, with a voice stating, "I'm surprised to see you made it this far, Holy." As it's revealed, Cure is in the middle of Dead End Crow, surprising us and Holy. What is he doing here? That ends the chapter. So, basically, we have a confirmation that one of the Irrational States Interstellar seems to be the core, and is actually the exact same person as the Irrational Galactica member Dead End Crow, meaning that two members of two different groups are the exact same person, which I'm surprised with. And also, people speculate that Cure was an android, but my god, this is honestly a really good plot twist, I have to say. Each member of the Interstellar are basically meant to take on other members of the Galactica. Holy was more or less going towards Dead End Crow. Who Cure was unstated, but, and that's a but, this could have massive repercussions if this is leaked, if Holy survives, that is, because Ether Gear is jammed, and what Cure can do, what his Ether Gear, I have no idea, and we're inside enemy territory. So, if Cure is the actual brain of Dead End Crow, and Crow's literally just a giant droid puppet, that's going to be interesting, because everyone's going to be fighting the wrong person. Meanwhile, Holy, with no Ether Gear, is going to have to fight Cure, the seemingly actual persona of Dead End Crow, without her powers. So this is going to be an interesting fight, and I'm curious to see how Cure is Dead End Crow, the whole thing of the Bloody Utmost incident to a much wider degree, with more detail, how he became Crow, etc., and why he's in the Interstellar. I feel like we're going to be getting that in the next couple of chapters. But damn, is Holy not going to trust the Interstellar Army or the Irrational States Interstellar after this, with thinking that any of them could be Galactica members or just be double agents the entire time? Honestly, really nice plot twist. I did not see that coming, and I am really happy for it. Keeps the arc fresh, and with a bunch of new information. Hell, Pino's traitor reveal, while it isn't super surprising, was really, really cool. And I just cannot wait to see what Pino has that could actually tip the scales in favor of defeating Ziggy. But yeah, that was the chapter. Really awesome action, really great development for Jin on his part, the reveal of Pino being the traitor, and that Cure seemingly is Dead End Crow, his core personality, etc. I'm hyped to see what's going to happen next, and Even Zero just keeps getting better and better with every single chapter. But what do you guys think of the chapter? What do you think of the whole Pino traitor reveal? Everything with Cure, Jin's development, and how do you think the fight between Ziggy and Shiki is going to play out up until Pino's arrival with whatever she has up her sleeve that could turn the tide in beating Ziggy? Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, as I do read your comments and I do try and interact with you guys as much as possible. I enjoy hearing what you guys have to say, and this helps me with future videos on what it is I have to say. Plus, you never know, I can miss something and you guys can bring it up and it'll help with a video addressed in a future video. But with all that said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get updated on future videos and to show how much you guys enjoy my Eden Zero content. And with all that said and done, hope you all have an awesome day.